Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the world of celebrities who have landed themselves behind bars. Once protected by fame and fortune, these stars are now facing the harsh reality of their actions. From minor missteps to major scandals, let's take a look at who's doing time and why. Bill Cosby, born William Henry Cosby Jr. on July 12, 1937 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, was once dubbed America's Dad. He became one of the most famous comedians and actors of the 20th century. His first major success came with the series I Spy from 1965 to 1968, where he became the first black actor to win an Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actor in a drama series. However, the pinnacle of Cosby's career was tied to The Cosby Show from 1984 to 1992, a wildly popular sitcom depicting the Huxtable family, a middle-class African-American family portrayed with humor and warmth. The series not only achieved high ratings, but also shifted public perceptions of the black community in America. Cosby was hailed as an icon of success, intelligence, and morality. He also ventured into producing, advertising, famously with Jell-O pudding pops, and publishing books, solidifying his image as an exemplary figure. Though Cosby's reputation seemed untarnished, allegations of misconduct had quietly surfaced for years. In 2004, Andrea Constand, an employee at Temple University, where Cosby was a prominent alumnus, accused him of drugging and sexually assaulting her at his Pennsylvania home. Constand filed a civil lawsuit in 2005, listing 13 other women willing to testify with similar allegations. The case was settled out of court in 2006 for an undisclosed sum, later revealed to be $3.4 million, and the matter faded from the spotlight. Ultimately, more than 60 women accused Cosby of acts including drugging, often with Quaaludes, a powerful sedative, harassment, sexual assault, and rape. Victims described a consistent pattern. Cosby approached them as a mentor or promised career opportunities, then exploited their trust to commit wrongdoing. Some, like Judy Huth, alleged they were assaulted as minors. On December 30th, 2015, Cosby was arrested and charged with aggravated sexual assault in the Andrea Constand case, the only one still within the statute of limitations. His first trial in 2017 ended in a mistrial due to a deadlocked jury. However, at a retrial in 2018, Cosby was convicted on 3 counts of aggravated sexual assault. Witnesses, including 5 women previously assaulted by him, were allowed to testify, reinforcing claims that Cosby's behavior was systematic. On September 25, 2018, a judge sentenced Cosby to 3 to 10 years in prison. At age 81, he became one of the first celebrities convicted in the Me Too era, marking a significant victory for the movement against sexual violence. Cosby was incarcerated at SCY Phoenix Prison in Pennsylvania, where he consistently maintained his innocence. On June 30th, 2021, the Pennsylvania Supreme Court unexpectedly overturned Cosby's conviction, ordering his release after nearly 3 years in prison. The reason stemmed from a 2005 agreement between Cosby and prosecutor Bruce Castor. Cosby agreed to testify in Constand's civil lawsuit with a promise of immunity from criminal prosecution. However, a later prosecutor, Kevin Steele, violated this deal by charging Cosby in 2015. The court ruled that Cosby's constitutional rights had been breached. The decision shocked and outraged many victims and the public, though it did not disprove the allegations against him. Cosby was released immediately and returned to his home in Elkins Park, Pennsylvania. Though free from criminal charges, Cosby still faces multiple civil lawsuits. In 2022, Judy Huth won a case against him, alleging he assaulted her at the Playboy Mansion in 1975 when she was 16 and was awarded $500,000. In 2023, Victoria Valentino sued Cosby, claiming he drugged and raped her in 1969. These lawsuits leveraged look-back laws in California and New York, allowing victims to file claims despite expired statutes of limitations. As of 2025, over 60 women have publicly accused Cosby, and the true number may be higher. He continues to deny all allegations, calling them baseless and opportunistic. The Me Too movement views the Cosby case as a turning point that encouraged victims to speak out, but his release also sparked debates about justice for sexual assault survivors. Now 87, Cosby lives quietly with his wife, Camille, who has steadfastly supported him and rarely appears in public. His health has declined, with reports of poor eyesight and mobility issues. Nevertheless, his story remains a hot topic, reflecting deeper issues of power, silence, and accountability in society. From a pioneering entertainer to a societal outcast, Bill Cosby's journey is a painful lesson in how fame can obscure wrongdoing. The scandal not only destroyed his life, but also shed light on the dark corners of the entertainment industry and the struggles of victims seeking recognition. Though free, the name Bill Cosby remains tied to one of the most significant scandals in modern American history. Allison Mack was born on July 29, 1982, in Preetz, West Germany, to an American family. She began her acting career at a young age, but her breakthrough role in Smallville catapulted her into the ranks of promising young stars. After the series ended in 2011, Mack felt adrift. The scandal broke in 2017 when Sarah Edmondson, a former NXEVM member, revealed in the New York Times that she had been branded in a ritual at Mack's home. This sparked a wave of accusations from other victims, such as Nicole, an actress whose identity was concealed, who testified that Mack recruited her into DOS under the guise of a women's mentorship program, only to coerce her into sexual relations with Raniere. India Oxenberg, daughter of actress Catherine Oxenberg, was another prominent victim, closely monitored by Mack and forced to lose weight down to 48 kilograms, about 105 pounds, on a 500-calorie per day diet. On April 20th, 2018, Mack was arrested by the FBI in Brooklyn on charges of sex trafficking, conspiracy to commit sex trafficking, and conspiracy to commit forced labor. She initially pleaded not guilty, but mounting legal pressure and damning evidence prompted a change in strategy. On April 8, 2019, Mack pleaded guilty to 2 lesser charges of racketeering and racketeering conspiracy, admitting to luring women into NXEVM and pressuring them into submission. During the hearing, she sobbed, stating, "I must take full responsibility for my actions." Mack cooperated with prosecutors, providing a critical recording in which Raniere discussed the branding ritual, bolstering the case against him. Raniere was sentenced to 120 years in prison in October 2020 for crimes including sex trafficking and racketeering. On June 30th, 2021, Mack was sentenced to 3 years in prison, far less than the 14 to 17.5 years recommended by sentencing guidelines, due to her cooperation, along with 3 years of probation, 1,000 hours of community service, and a $20,000 fine. She began serving her sentence at the federal prison in Dublin, California, in September 2021, and was released early on July 3, 2023, after 21 months for good behavior. After her release, Mack has lived quietly, steering clear of Hollywood's spotlight. Her career is effectively over, and the name Allison Mack is now more associated with NXEVM than Smallville. She married actress Nikki Klein, another NXEVM member, in 2017, though the marriage is believed to have been a sham to help Klein remain in the U.S. Mack filed for divorce in December 2020. From a beloved star to a figure ensnared in darkness, Allison Mack propelled herself down a destructive path by joining NXEVM. The scandal is not just a tale of personal downfall, but a cautionary lesson about the power of psychological manipulation and the consequences of blind trust. Though now free, Mack is unlikely to reclaim her former glory, leaving behind a controversial legacy in pop culture history.